Hey guys, Noel here. It is Thursday, and by popular request, I wanted to do a video on International Channel's Japanese Action Explosion, and this explosion took place in April of either 1999 or 2000. I don't remember. Maybe if I had the Fuzuoku 9000, I could stimulate my brain. But nevertheless, we're going to be talking about the Japanese Action Explosion, series of OVAs that I think were all domestically distributed in the United States by Anime Works in this video. Now, one we're going to have going on in the background is my favorite one, and that is Shinesman by a very well-known mangaka named Tachibana. And Shinesman was, I believe, the third OVA shown in the Japanese Action Explosion. We had Ninja Cadets being the first. That was 2 episodes. Sailor Victory being the second. Shinesman being the third. Tokyo Vice being the fourth. Earthian being the fifth. And then I believe Princess Rouge was the 6th and final OVA shown in the Japanese Action Explosion that was shown on International Channel. International Channel, up until this point, they had 3 animes that they showed that were, I think, the most popular thing that was on their channel. They had, that's just based on my taste and speculation, I don't know. But they basically greatly increased their amount of anime steadily over time. They started off with Dragon Ball Z from Fuji TV, and then they had subtitled versions of Irresponsible Captain Tyler and Armored Trooper Votoms, and they showed those Wednesday nights, I think from like 1 to 2 in the morning, if I'm remembering right. Shinesman's opening theme is from Hinorobu Kageyama, speaking of Dragon Ball, and it is amazing. I just can't say enough good things about Shinesman's artwork, its music, its comedy, and its premise. Basically, this is basically like a comedy Power Rangers anime that takes place within the Japanese business world. So it's like Japanese businessmen and women as Power Rangers and Power Ranger style supervillains, and it is just as good as it sounds. And the artwork is done in this really nice girly manga style, but it's basically like a shonen anime premise, coupled with the comedic absurdities of Japanese business culture. I cannot recommend this highly enough, and the music is amazing too. I have a capture card, and I'm trying to get it to work right with my computer so I can digitize this International Channel commercials and all, because International Channel had the absolute best like infomercial style commercials. I don't even want to call them cheesy because that would be derogatory, but for lack of a better term, they were just these awesome, low budget, pretension free, eccentric, you know, late night ordering commercials for things like you know, Miss Cleo, Blue Sant, if you were a lady, if you wanted to accentuate your bust. The Fuzuoku 9000 back massager. I'm trying to think what else. They had like a hypersonic dog whistle too. Anyway, it's just amazing stuff. Yeah, so Shinesman is great. It's a 2-episode OVA, and it's just enjoyable to watch from start to finish. Basically, Matsumoto here is kind of the most serious but good-natured he's both serious and good-natured. He's kind of like the straight man in a comedy bit full of goofballs here. And he's just kind of like overwhelmed by the absurdity of the situations he's thrust into, and tries to power through as he basically has a job to take care of his lovable younger brother Yota. And their favorite show to watch together is Great Man, which ends up heavily being a parallel to their real life world of the Shinesmen, as they try to repel the invaders from Planet Voice, who also work in a Japanese business. So, yeah, it's great stuff. Ninja Cadets was the first of these OVAs, and that basically revolved around a plot around ninja teenagers. It was drawn and produced by AIC. They had that really great early mid-90s anime style with the accentuated cheekbones and the big glassy eyes and the like noses that were accentuated with a lot of shadow. Great stuff. Great J-pop in Ninja Cadets. Girl Sunshine was the closing credit. Sadly, Girl Sunshine was cut when it was originally broadcast on the international channel due to time constraints. So it started off with the closing credits rolling up, and then it got cut off, which was really disappointing. I used to email international channel all the time and talk to Gary Wallace regularly, who was their kind of person in charge of communicating with the viewers. And I remember I complained one time about this, about Dragon Ball GT. And he's like, "Noel, we'll see what we can do." And sure enough, I never saw Dragon Ball GT credits get cut off again. Because it always used to cut off right before the end. And I always used to kind of complain about that. Anyway, you know, Sailor Victory was really good. That was another kind of comedic Power Rangers style 2-episode OVA. Ninja Cadets was 2 episodes. Ninja Cadets was serious. It was really cool. They revolved around a plot about the mistaken identity of an ancient Japanese princess who really was Yume, the character Yume, but the bad guys thought it was the character Sakura. Although it was only 2 episodes, so we can't really be sure, but that's almost certainly how it worked out. Yeah, Sailor Victory was like a combination of Sailor Moon and Power Rangers, but was done with like young women. And, you know, their kind of, you know, professional lives were kind of happening in the background. It was like a less funny but still good version of Shinesman, but centered around girls. Then Tokyo Vice was a very stylish 1-episode OVA about Japanese teenagers in the late 80s that got involved in a high-tech, you know, conspiracy plot in the Japanese business world involving robots and assassinations. It was really good. Earthian was the most mainstream of these. It was a 4-episode OVA. As far as the OVAs go, they started out as kind of typical shoujo detective drama, and then it was not really my taste. They kind of drifted into weird shonen ai kind of stuff, you know, where, you know, there's like the characters are, you know, gay and whatnot, which is, you know, whatever. But for the first 2 OVAs, it wasn't like that. And then all of a sudden, in like the 4th episode, the 3rd episode, which was done like years and years and years and years later, that's just the kind of abruptly the norm in the story, which was kind of odd. You know, whatever. But the first 2 episodes of Earthian, I really loved the music to, and I actually have the soundtrack to Earthian. And Yun Koga's artwork, she ended up doing the artwork to Gundam Seed, and her artwork I am a huge fan of, and I think her Earthian artwork is my favorite. And I'm going to actually grab the Earthian soundtrack, and I'll show you guys how awesome her stuff is. Hold on a second. Watch Shinesman. It's amazing. So this is, you know, the Earthian soundtrack here, and you actually see this artwork in the closing credits to episode 2 of Earthian. This one, too. It's really beautiful stuff. And here's actually this is Earthian Album 3. So yeah, here's the CD. It's great stuff. The soundtrack's ridiculously good. Then, the final OVA that was shown on the Japanese Action Explosion was Princess Rouge, which was really good. That one didn't make as much of an impression on me, but it was quite good. It was basically, I don't know, it had to do with, I remember there was a lot of, it was kind of, reminded me a little bit of Slayers, actually, but not as funny. I remember there was kind of a ditzy magic-themed girl, and I think had got a little bit of a Tenchi Muyo vibe. I think she came across a wide-eyed Japanese preteen or teenage boy that, you know, was, you know, coming of age with a sexy, you know, otherworldly magic girl. So I believe that was the premise of Princess Rouge. But yeah, it was still really, really good. The Japanese Action Explosion actually did make another appearance after Dragon Ball Z at a certain point. If memory serves me correctly, I remember this block showed on Sunday nights a year or 2 after it originally showed. And I'm just blessed to have pretty much all of these on VHS. I don't have Earthian on VHS, but I do have the Earthian DVD. So sadly, I don't. I think I do have. I've got. I think part of episode 4 on a tape, and then I think I've got episode 1 and 2 on a tape. But I think I'm missing part of episode 4 and episode 3 of Earthian. But anyway, the reason I'm saying all this is because I really want to try to digitize as much of these as I possibly can, because again, International Channel is a treasure. It's not around anymore, and this was something that really exposed me to the beauty of Japanese anime and Japanese culture. So I can't say enough good things about International Channel or the Japanese Action Explosion. Definitely Shinesman. Can't recommend this enough. Let's see who the Shinesmen are here. Yeah, Shinesman Gray loves his Montero. Yeah, she can crush a coffee can in her hands. It's his daughter's stuffed fish. Aww. Ah, Shinesman Moss Green. All the ladies like him. Oh yeah, she's an alien, but she's good. She's from Planet Voice though, which are the people attacking. I think we get to the scene about Shinesman's Gray Montero. Yeah, let's watch this here. Alright guys, so that's it. Until next time, my name is Noel, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.